Hello, dear ones. This is Leonora from the channel The Awakening Path. And today I want to talk to you about starseeds. Are you a starseed? How do you know you are a starseed? Well, if you are interested in this video and watch all the way to the end, I'm just kidding. But if you are interested in this type of information, most likely you are a celestial. You are a starseed. I like to explain things all the way from I take the person where they are and then get to the point. If you are advanced, that's okay. Just bear with me a little bit. So there are two types of humans incarnated on Earth right now. There is one type that we call celestials. That means they came straight from the celestial realm. They already went through the whole process of evolution, and they already graduated, and they are back with Source. They are back with God. And then they decided to come here to Earth to kind of give us some help, to help rise our vibration, or to bring new information, to really speed up our evolution. That's what they are here for. So, and they have been coming through since the beginnings of time. There are many of them that you heard about, that you know. For example, Jesus, I think that's one of the famous one. But also Shiva, Babaji, Buddha, and many, many, many others. So those are the celestials, and you'd be surprised if you figured it out that you are one too. Yes, that you already went through all this process and you came from the celestial realm to here to Earth to have another experience. That's one possibility. And the other type of human are what we call the terrestrial human. What that means? That means that the time where your soul was created, when you left oneness, when you left Source, when you left God, for the first time, you chose to come to Earth. So your soul matrix was designed to Earth. And when you do that, at the first time you leave oneness, first you need to start as a mineral, can be water, can be, you know what mineral is, and then vegetal, plants, animals, and then as a sentient being. In the case of Earth, as a human being. What means a sentient being? A being of intelligence and free will. That's what it means to be a sentient being. So those are the terrestrials. And right now, at least as I told you, the celestials has been coming to Earth since the beginning of time, but after the explosion of the atomic bombs in Japan, there was a SOS, a call from Gaia, from the planet. There was in a really deep trouble because Gaia was planning to go from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. She was planning to rise the vibration from the third to the fifth. I have a video, my series Earth's Evolution, where I explain that Earth was created in the fifth dimension, and only about 12,000 years ago that Earth was downgraded to the third dimension. And the plan was to go back to the fifth dimension before we cross the photon belt, before what the Bible calls of golden age. before we call the photon belt that comes to the central sun of the galaxy and goes around Alcyone. And because our solar system goes around Alcyone, I already make a video to explain about that. So it was very important that Earth would rise her vibration to be able to go to the fifth dimension. And with that event, Earth was in a really, really big trouble. And they just figured out, we're not going to make it. And because there is the law of no intervention, they come up with a plan. Okay, we cannot just go and, like I'm talking about the ETs or the guardians and protectors of Earth. They could not just come in a shopping mall and start talking to everybody. Look, you got everything wrong. You create with your thoughts. Look, and show image proving that every time you watch a war movie, actually are creating and support war. They cannot do that because it's against the law of no intervention and free will. So they can't do that. So which plan they come up with? Let's infiltrate from within. What wasn't really an original idea, because they have been doing that for a long time. However, they started to doing that in a mass scale. The book, The Three Waves of Volunteer and the New Earth of Dolores give you more information about that. So there was many waves of starseeds, and those starseeds, they came here. They still have to go through they still need to forget who they were, because that was the rule. They need to forget who they were, but they left triggers in their DNA, events pre-programmed that will help them to remember who they were. And many of those kids, they started born on the late 40s and the late 50s. And right now we are on the fourth wave. So you have the first, the second, and third wave. And our kids are the fourth wave. I'm going to make another video about the first, second, and the third wave together. And then I'm going to make one just about the fourth wave. And there is another type of celestial that I would also call them Starseed, because they are here they will gonna play a major role on the ascension of the planet. Those celestials, let's say they came here by accident, or they were here by accident, and they were held on the wheel of karma. There are many, many situations like that. Some was kept here since the time of Atlantis. They got compromised in the time of the fourth Atlantis, and they were here until now. But the good news is they are free of the wheel of karma, and now we're going to use all their knowledge, all their abilities to help with the Earth's ascension. One example of that is Alex Collier. He was in Andromeda that was just performing like scientific experiments in an expedition here on Earth. And he saw himself in the middle of a conflict, and he intervened, and he was killed. Because he intervened, and then he was held here until now. So that's also his last incarnation on Earth. And of course, because he started to remember, he has been playing a major role on the ascension of the planet, on bringing awareness to the people. So I would say that those are those two types of celestials. Some that was held here for a long time on the wheel of karma, and others that just came straight away just to help Earth at that moment. They didn't need to be here. They completely volunteered to be here. And okay, I think we're gonna end this video right now, but there is a lot to talk about that. But leave in the comments, tell me if you think you are a celestial or a terrestrial. But in the end, that doesn't really matter because in the eyes of God, we are all one. And in the end, all of us are going to return to God. We're going to return to Source. So that's not to mean that starseeds are more special than others. No, maybe they just have more to give at this moment. And we are really grateful that they decided to come and change the timelines on Earth and allow us to go to the fifth dimension with Earth. That's another subject. It's the first time a planet is transitioning to a higher dimension with a large amount of the population. That's why I'm doing this video, because I want you, doesn't matter if you are a starseed or terrestrial, I want you to be on, to go to the fifth dimension with all of us and the Earth.